Now, from your breaking news leader, this is KKTV 11 News This Morning.
Crews continue to fight massive fires in the west this morning, but they could be gaining some ground today. What officials say is helping to keep some of those flames under control right now.
Police have tracked down a semi-truck trailer. They believe this one hit several bridges on a local highway. We're learning today about all of this as police investigate right now.
The race for the White House continues, happening right here in southern Colorado. What one presidential candidate says about the problems going on in the United States.
If you're just waking up with us here on 11 News This Morning, you might need that light jacket as you step out the door for your Friday morning. Everything you need to know about that Friday forecast just ahead here on 11 News This Morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on 11 News This Morning. I'm Sarah Swaby.
And I'm David Nancaro. 5 o'clock now on your Friday. We know it's Friday because of this guy, James Brown.
Aloha.
There it is, aloha, the Hawaiian shirts in the house.
Look at you this morning,
good
James.
to see you.
Thanks a lot.
So is this proper attire to be stepping out the door right now?
I think you're fine to wear a Hawaiian shirt maybe out around the Springs in Pueblo. If you're getting out the door in Woodland Park, you may be a little chilly in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some cooler temperatures out there this morning.
Thanks very much. Your time now is 5:03. Right now, officers are searching for the driver who ran away after they stopped his car early this morning while you were sleeping. Officials say they were trying to stop a speeding car going through a construction zone near Powers and Highway 21 on the south side of Colorado Springs. Now, they say the driver sped through red lights at Fontaine until officers eventually stopped the car with stop sticks. Now, the driver reportedly ran from the scene, leaving the car at Highway 21 and Waynoka Street, as you can see here on your map. Colorado Springs police brought in some canines to help search for their suspect, but he was not found. If you have any information about this, call police right away. The number to call is here on your screen this morning, 444-7000.
Well, this is a story you'll only see on 11 News. The largest school district in southern Colorado says parents are losing momentum and are dropping their involvement in their kids' school.
11 News reporter Gina Esposito found out exactly why. She's live at Mitchell High School in Colorado Springs today. So, Gina, what are you learning about this?
Well, Dave and Sarah, District 11 says parents become less involved in their kids' school as that child gets older. I want to show you this graph that District 11 gave me. It shows, as you can see, Columbia Elementary School parents' volunteer hours are nearly double of Palmer High School. Now, I asked District 11 why they tend to see these numbers drop so much. They tell me that there are a couple of reasons. Parents may be burned out, maybe the kid doesn't want the parent to be involved, or maybe parents return back to work. Either way, they say it's important for parents to stay involved, especially as schoolwork becomes more challenging.
Their involvement at the middle school and high school level is even more critical to the success of the students at our schools.
District 11 also says that moms tend to be more involved than dads. They hope that that can change this school year. Now, coming up in the next half hour on 11 News This Morning, we're going to have some more details about how parents can get more involved in the schools. Live in Colorado Springs, I'm Gina Esposito, KKTV 11 News.
Sure, those opportunities sound like good ones. Gina, thanks very much. We'll check back in coming up in just a bit.
Well, this is news from overnight. We're told everyone in a local apartment building is okay, but it's the scene of a pretty scary situation. While you were sleeping, someone fired a few shots at the building on West 13th and Conley in Pueblo. Police tell us luckily no one was hurt, and they're still trying to find out who did it. They do not have a suspect description at this point. 2
other men are in jail this morning connected to a short police chase late last night. Pueblo police say a man in a car pulled a gun on some people at a 7-Eleven on Northern Avenue near Bessemer Park. Now, they later identified that man as Jimmy Trujillo after the driver led officers on a short chase. Now, police eventually arrested Trujillo and another man, Christopher Herrera. They tell us they found drugs and a gun while searching the men, who were both taken to the county jail. Happening now, the race for the White House is underway right here in southern Colorado.
Yesterday, Republican Dr. Ben Carson was welcomed by hundreds in Colorado Springs. People came out to show their support for the presidential candidate at America the Beautiful Park.
The things that face our country right now, I have to tell you, they're not Democrat problems, they're not Republican problems, they're not independent problems. They are American problems, and they will have American solutions.
Now, Dr. Carson is sticking around our battleground state, speaking in Steamboat Springs coming up later on today.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton took a few jabs at her Republican rivals yesterday. She met with supporters in Cleveland. The Democratic presidential candidate called out Ohio Governor John Kasich for signing a bill that bans rape crisis centers from counseling women on abortions. She also brought up GOP frontrunner Donald Trump and his showmanship.
Don't be distracted by the flamboyant frontrunner. If you look at their policies, most of the other candidates are just Trump without the pizzazz or the hair. It is a great reality TV show, isn't it? In between him insulting everybody.
Clinton was at Case Western Reserve University when she made the speech.
This morning we have a warning for a local neighborhood. More rabbits have tested positive with rabbit fever. There have been widespread die-offs now in Pueblo West. Health experts say anyone can get rabbit fever by touching sick or dead animals. Pets can get it by eating those infected animals. Be alert for this.
New this morning, authorities have found a semi-tractor trailer that was involved in a string of crashes on I-25, but they're still looking for the driver. We first told you about all of this last night on 11 News. The semi hit 4 bridges on I-25 and just kept driving. It caused several traffic delays in Denver yesterday afternoon. It's not clear why the driver didn't stop. We'll let you know as soon as we have any new information on this situation. Later today, expect more closures at the Fillmore and I-25 interchange in Colorado Springs. Starting at 8 o'clock tonight, closures will mostly impact drivers on the east side of Fillmore. Fillmore Street will be closed from Mark Dabbling to the southbound ramps. The northbound ramps at Fillmore will also be closed. The road is expected to reopen at 5 Monday morning.
A bank robber is on the run. Police right now need everyone's help to find him. Take a good look at these photos. 11 News has learned Springs police think this man may be responsible for 2 separate robberies.
The first robbery was at the Academy Bank 2 weeks ago. Yesterday's robbery was at the People's Bank. Those are both in downtown and just 400 feet apart. Investigators gave us these surveillance pictures from both robberies and tell us the MOs are similar as well. If you know anything about the suspect or these crimes, call Crime Stoppers at 634-STOP. Remember, you could earn a cash reward. Well, have you seen this man? Police say he's also on the run and are asking for your help to find him. They say he robbed Coco Man Liquor Store in Pueblo twice, and Wednesday he reportedly robbed a loaf and jug on Troy Avenue. Police say he had a gun both times. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 542-STOP. Well, we have an update now for you this morning about the massive fires burning in the West.
Officials say firefighters are holding their own against the largest wildfire on record in Washington state, even though they say rising temperatures and increased winds are fanning the flames. The National Weather Service issued a red flag warning yesterday for the fires near Okanagan. They predicted weather conditions today could cause those flames to spread, but a spokesman says fire lines are holding and portions of the 450 square mile fire were actually burning back on itself because of those winds. So far, these fires have killed 3 firefighters and burned at least 40 homes and 40 outbuildings. We will keep you updated as these fires continue to burn.
Today marks the 52nd anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. The civil rights icon delivered the 17-minute-long speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. It happened during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. More than 250,000 people attended the demonstration. You'll remember that almost 5 years after the historic speech, King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee.
2 people are dead, 5 others are hurt after exposure to hazardous materials. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what we're learning today about this deadly situation.
But first, one state is working to bring back stricter gun laws after the tragic shootings in Virginia. Why some lawmakers don't agree and say it's actually a bad idea. And outside right now, I-25 and Baptist. Pretty quiet start to the morning. We'll be checking in with Emily for everything you need to know to plan out your Friday and the weekend ahead right after the break. It's 5:11.
Now from the KKTV 11 Breaking Weather Center, meteorologist Emily Roller.
All right, James, thank you very much. While you were sleeping, the TV station that employed the 2 journalists who were gunned down on live television this week sent an employee out on the sad task of picking up the crew's satellite truck. It had been left parked in the very same spot in Virginia since that incident early Wednesday morning. Reporter Allison Parker and photojournalist Adam Ward were gunned down while doing a live interview. They were gunned down by a disgruntled former co-worker. Now, the station paused for an on-air moment of silence, marking the time when Parker and Ward were killed. WDBJ7 has brought in a grief counselor now to help employees cope with all of this. Now, following that tragic murder, one state is working to bring back stricter gun laws.
A state representative says, quote, Wisconsin had it right. People should have to wait 2 days before leaving with the handgun they bought. In June, Governor Scott Walker signed a bill repealing the 48-hour waiting period. One of the bill's co-sponsors says the wait is unnecessary since stores can now run background checks in just minutes. He says people who've been threatened suffer the most from such laws.
They could go into the store, have to wait 48 hours because they're legally purchasing this firearm. They have to wait 48 hours, come back, and get it 2 days later. Well, it could be too late by the time 2 days later shows up.
State Representative Chris Taylor is now drafting a bill to restore that waiting period.
A new drug could help some people with a few health problems right now. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what the new drug could do for folks who have problems linked to heart disease.
But first, 2 people are dead and 5 others hurt after exposure to hazardous materials. What we're learning about this deadly situation right now. And whenever breaking news happens, we send out a free text alert. You can sign up. Just text the word alerts to 89031. It's now 5:18. We'll be right back.
Take a look outside in Canyon City this morning at 5:20, about 64 degrees to begin your Friday morning. Thanks so much for being with us today. I'm David Nancaro.
And I'm Sarah Swaby. 2 people are dead and 5 others are hurt after exposure to hazardous materials. It happened in a home near Chicago. Officials have not identified the substance or know how it got in the home. Authorities say they got a call yesterday that there were people in distress in the garage. Emergency crews had to wear hazmat suits to enter the home. 4 of the people who were hurt were police officers. They were evaluated and released from the hospital. The 5th was a woman found alive inside the home. She's in critical condition. Of course, we'll let you know when we find out any new details.
If you missed us last night at 10, we have some new information to tell you about today. A jury has spared the life of a man convicted of 5 counts of murder for stabbing 5 people to death in a bar. Instead, Dexter Lewis will spend the rest of his life in prison. Lewis killed the bar owner and 4 customers in Denver back in October of 2012.
We want to head back over now to meteorologist Emily Roller with the latest on your forecast. Emily, how's it looking right now?
Looking pretty cool in some locations. Here's that view now in Woodland Park, coming in at 46 degrees. So the light jacket, maybe not a bad idea as you head out the door on this Friday morning, but stepping out in Canyon City, a very comfortable start, 64 degrees and mostly clear conditions. That means a lot of sunshine ahead this morning. We will see a few more clouds work in during the afternoon, possibly a shower out to the west as soon as 3 o'clock. Temperatures across El Paso County warming through the 80s, a mix of the 70s over Teller County today. Around Pueblo, temperatures going to be pretty close to seasonal in the low 90s around Pueblo, upper 80s for Canyon City and Florence. A little breezy with a mix of sun and clouds, especially as we head out to the west and along the southern I-25 corridor. That chance for a pop-up storm as soon as 3 o'clock nearer to the mountains with temperatures in the mid-80s and into the southeastern plains. A lot of sunshine ahead for our afternoon. Also going to be a warm one, low to mid-90s on the board for our Friday. Now, coming up in just a few minutes, I'll take you through that hour-by-hour forecast. We are talking about a few storm chances later on this afternoon. I'll let you know who has to be on the lookout for those. That's Look at Your Forecast. We'll send things over now to JB with a look at your morning commute.
Thanks, Emily. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. Everything's still moving along pretty well. On the east side of Colorado Springs, flattened powers as you look out towards the south. Southbound traffic is moving along smoothly. Some of that is headed towards Peterson Air Force Base, and which is off towards the east there. Now, our map is showing things are picking up on the east side of town. Some more construction in that area. Bijou Street is closed until further notice between Academy and Murray due to construction, so you want to take an alternate route there. If you're going to be on Powers Boulevard from Milton Provo to Woodman, it's actually going to take you about 23 minutes to get through Colorado Springs. Now, we have dozens of traffic cameras to ease your drive to work at KKTV.com. You click on the traffic page, then scroll down the cameras. Your next traffic update coming up in 10 minutes.
All right, James, thanks very much. Right now, people are dead. Crews are searching for others who are missing. Coming up on 11 News this morning, where weather officials say this tropical storm could be heading next.
But first, a new drug could help some people with health problems. What the drug could do for folks with a specific problem linked to heart disease. And if you see breaking news, call our tip line anytime. That number is 578-0000. It's 5:24. You're watching 11 News this morning. Welcome back to 11 News this morning. Here's a live look for you right now in Pueblo. Pretty mild start to the day right now. Temperatures in the 60s across most of southern Colorado. It's 526. I'm Sarah Swaby.
And I'm David Nancaro. New this morning, we have more information on a developing situation about the toxic mine spill that happened earlier this month in the southwest part of our state. Newly released documents from the EPA show it took more than 90 minutes for a federal cleanup crew to issue a warning about the spill. It's because they were trapped in scrambling to escape the flood they accidentally caused. They're now facing pressure to explain how that accident happened, despite prior warnings that it could occur.
Happening now, the FDA has approved a new cholesterol-lowering drug.
Now, Repatha, I think is how you say it, is an injectable drug from Amgen, which works by making the liver more efficient at getting rid of bad cholesterol. High levels of cholesterol in the blood have been linked to heart disease. According to Amgen, the drug will be available coming up next week.
This morning, this is something that has a lot of you talking about. Only 11 News obtained the body camera video from police of a woman reportedly stealing a police cruiser. Last week, officers arrested the woman, and while she was in the back seat of the car, she slipped out of her handcuffs while officers were outside the cruiser. Take a look.
Oh, that's my car, dude.
The officers ran into another police car and drove after the suspect in a neighborhood off of 13th Street on the east side of Pueblo. Within 90 seconds, the officers spotted the car on the side of the road. They eventually found that suspect walking and arrested her. This is 40-year-old Leah Williams. She faces car theft charges along with burglary charges, which is why she was arrested in the first place. She remains in jail right now. A member of the Manson family could be released from state prison. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what prosecutors are saying right now about this convicted murderer.
As we look outside, a fairly mild start to your Friday morning. We'll check back in with Emily Roller, who's keeping you up to speed on what to expect from your Friday forecast in just a few minutes. Your time now is 5:28. We will be right back.
Welcome back to 11 News this morning. I'm Sarah Swaby.
And I'm David Nancaro. It's 5:30 on your Friday. Here we are on Friday. We made it.
Oh, we made it. Everyone
Good
take
stuff.
a big sigh of relief.
That's right. Looking pretty nice to start off your morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Emily Roller standing by with your current conditions. How's it going, Emily?
Off to a kind of cool start out there this morning, especially in the higher elevations.
James, thanks very much. This only on 11 News. Students, teachers, and staff all showing up to school, but one school district says it's the parents who are not.
11 News reporter Gina Esposito is digging deeper into how more parents can get involved. She's live at Mitchell High School in Colorado Springs this morning. So Gina, you spoke with District 11. What did they tell you?
Well, Dave and Sarah, they say there are dozens of opportunities for parents, whether that be attending accountability meetings with the principal once a month or working at the school's office there. They're hoping that every parent does at least 20 volunteer hours for every school year. Now, I talked to District 11 yesterday. They tell me that they are seeing parents become less involved in their kids' school, and as the kid gets older. Currently, D11 has 20,000 volunteers, but they would like to see more people volunteer. District 11 hopes that every parent complete 20 volunteer hours, like I said, for the entire school year. They say there are a number of ways parents can do that in a short amount of time.
What we see is that more and more people are looking for those one-time opportunities. So we have science fair judges and assistant coaches.
Now, there are volunteer opportunities during the week and also on the weekend. Now, I posted more information about how you can get involved on our website. Just head on over to kktv.com and click the red Find It button. Live in Colorado Springs, I'm Gina Esposito, KKTV 11 News.
Great information for parents. Thanks, Gina.
All right, now crews continue to search for missing people. At least 4 people also dead in the Caribbean island of Dominica after Tropical Storm Erica brought heavy rain and flooding yesterday. Rescue crews are out searching right now for more or missing or hurt people possibly caught in mudslides caused by the storm. The island was hit with 15 inches of rain. The National Hurricane Center says Erica is spinning toward Puerto Rico right now. They say it could become a Category 1 hurricane as it gets closer to Florida on Monday. A plane crash leaves 1 person dead. Take a look. Flames and wreckage seen near a field near an airport in Alabama. Authorities haven't said if anyone beside the pilot was on board that SR-22 plane. The pilot reportedly was practicing touch-and-go approaches, which means he was landing on a runway and then taking off again without coming to a complete stop. A witness says it looked like the crash happened as the pilot was trying to land. We'll let you know as soon as we get new information on this crash.
This morning, college students are now being allowed back on campus after a shooting nearby caused it to close down. A Savannah State University spokeswoman says the lockdown at the Georgia school is now lifted. She says one person was hurt in a shooting near the student union. A man was reportedly taken to a nearby hospital. Police have not released any suspect information, but IDs are being checked to get on and off campus right now. We'll let you know as soon as we get any new details on this situation.
Later today, we're hoping to find out what exactly caused the grass fire that you see here. You may have been caught in the traffic jam because of all this. Two small fires sparked yesterday afternoon off of I-25 and Baptist Road on the north side of Colorado Springs. State Patrol had to close off the northbound off-ramp. Firefighters, though, quickly put out the fire, but stayed on scene for a while trying to figure out exactly what started it. It was about an acre in size. When we first found out about this, we sent you a text alert to sign up to get those. Text the word ALERT to 89031. It is free.
This morning, the surviving conjoined twin born in Denver is in critical condition. Amber McCullough delivered the twins Wednesday. Doctors told her the other twin would not survive. She's from Minnesota, but came to the Colorado Children's Hospital to have a C-section.
Even if it's a losing battle, even if it's a battle lost, you will never regret fighting for the sacred things in life.
The twins shared an abdomen, liver, and intestinal tract, but had separate hearts and kidneys.
One Southern Colorado family is hoping to raise awareness about child abuse after the loss of a 2-year-old girl. Chassie Pietrolungo died 1 year ago because of child abuse while she was in foster care. Last August, Pueblo police responded to a call of a girl unconscious after falling down the stairs. Now, Chassie was hospitalized with head trauma, facial injuries, and bruises all over. Her family tells us their message last night at the vigil at the Pueblo County Courthouse.
No one deserves this. Children, family, you don't deserve to lose a child. A child doesn't deserve to be hurt and have their life cut short.
Now, there's a statewide number you can call if you want to report child abuse. It's on your screen right here, 1-844-CO4-KIDS.
Later today, there will be a benefit for this 11-year-old. She was in a car crash last week that left her paralyzed from the waist down. Kimberly Johns is still in the hospital. The spaghetti dinner starts at 6 o'clock with an auction and dance right after that. We've learned the event has been moved. It'll now be at the Miami Yoder School. Some charities may not be receiving money that taxpayers plan to donate. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what we're learning about this investigation right now.
But first, a member of the Manson family could be released from state prison. What prosecutors are saying right now about this convicted murderer. And as we take you outside here at 5:38, looking like a fairly nice start to your Friday, what you need to know to plan your morning and the rest of your day as we check back in with meteorologist Emily Roller, who has your complete forecast. James Brown keeping an eye on how your drive is shaping up. Weather and traffic together, never more than 10 minutes away, right here on 11 News this morning. Stay with us.
Now from the KKTV 11 Breaking Weather Center, meteorologist Emily Roller.
Thank you, James. 5:43 new this morning. The State Parole Board has recommended a member of the Manson family be released from state prison.
Bruce Davis is 72 years old now. He's been behind bars in California for 43 years and has been denied parole 28 times. You might remember Davis was convicted with Charles Manson in the 1969 murders of Gary Hinman and ranch hand Donald Shorty Shea. Now some people are concerned.
I think we've just opened up the gates of hell, literally.
Well, Manson's prosecutor says everyone should still fear Davis. The decision is subject to a 4-month review process, and then the governor has another month to uphold it or reverse it.
This morning, kids hurt in a bus crash are recovering. Yesterday, a school bus full of high school students crashed, then flipped over. It happened in Florida. Reportedly, more than a dozen people were hurt. 2 critically. Most of the victims are students. Officials say a dump truck slammed into the bus, knocking it on its side. Right now, the cause of that crash is under investigation.
Scary situation there. Happening now, Colorado lawmakers are backing off a plan that would require edible marijuana products to come with a stop sign stamp. You might remember that starting next year, the state will require that pot-infused foods have a distinct look on their packaging. Initially, regulators proposed a red octagon with the letter THC inside, but manufacturers were concerned that would imply the products are dangerous. Now they're suggesting all pot edibles have a triangle on the packaging to indicate what's inside. There will be a public hearing on the new proposal coming up next week.
Some neighbors are feeling some relief this morning. Coming up on 11 News this morning, what they saw in their neighborhood that had a lot of them on edge.
But first, some charities may not be getting some money that taxpayers wanted to donate. They donated it, but where'd that money go? We're learning about this investigation right now. We'll let you know what we're finding out. Remember, if you see breaking news happening, call our newsroom at any time, 578-0000, the number on your screen this morning. It's 5:45 and we're coming right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back to 11 News this morning. Here's a live look at I-25 and Academy. 63 degrees in Colorado Springs right now at 5:48. I'm Sarah Swaby.
And I'm David Nancaro. Happening now, some charities may not be getting donations to them.
This is going on in California. If you filled out an income tax form there and checked a box to donate to specific charities, it might not have gotten to them. According to an AP investigation, in the past 10 years, of the $35 million the state collected for charities through income tax returns, it only dispersed $25 million. The investigation shows of the thousands who chose to donate to the California Colorectal Cancer Prevention Fund, not a single donation ever reached its cause.
As this story gets out, it's going to be a disincentive for people to actually give to those charities, because in the back of their mind they're going to be thinking, well, gee, I wonder how long it's going to take for this money to get there.
Now, according to the AP, taxpayers donated $237,000 between 2005 and 2006. The fund was created under the Department of Health Services, but in 2007, the department split into separate agencies. The money reportedly became lost in the shuffle. We'll be sure to keep you updated on this story.
A pretty serious crash. Looks more like a sculpture of sorts. Take a look at this. This happened yesterday in Ohio. 4 cars were involved in this crash. 3 somehow got wedged together, as you can see here. Fanny Carradine was in the Toyota at the front of that pileup.
Just sitting here, waiting to move, and out of nowhere, all this happens. My car is literally moving by itself, and I'm saying to myself, what is wrong? What's going on? I'm looking behind me, and I just see this car. I'm like, and I feel my car lifting up.
It's a car crash. That's what's going on. One person of the driver in the car that was highest in that pile was taken to the hospital. She was reportedly shaken up, but not badly hurt. Well, some big changes could be coming to a problem intersection in Colorado Springs. This is at Academy and Hancock Expressway on the south side of the city. Now, city leaders tell us that section of Academy is the only section that is a 4-lane road, and they want to make it 6 lanes. They're also planning to improve public transportation and pedestrian access in the area. The project manager tells us accidents are more likely to happen in that area when compared to similar intersections across the state. And because of funding, we're told it still could be several years before we see any construction.
A man who allegedly dumped his pet at a river could be facing some serious charges. Coming up on 11 News this morning, why authorities say no one should ever have this kind of turtle as a pet.
I was looking at that turtle.
Yeah.
But first, some neighbors are feeling some relief this morning. What they saw in their neighborhood that had a lot of them on edge. Wait till you see this. It's coming up in just a couple of minutes. Taking a live look outside, we'll check back in with Emily, who's taking a look at that Friday forecast. Everything you need to know to plan your day just ahead. Stay with us. 5:51. It's 5:53 here on 11 News this morning. Thanks so much for being with us today. I'm David Nancaro.
And I'm Sarah Swaby. We're all pretty excited.
Fired up.
It's Friday around
You bet.
here. We want to check back in with Emily. Emily, how's the forecast looking for this Friday morning?
Well, we are off to a cool start this morning.
James, thanks very much. This morning, one neighborhood is feeling some relief. A van parked out on the street had a lot of people on edge. Take a look.
Yeah, you can understand why. It's something you would see in a horror movie or on Halloween, and it had nervous parents hoping it was just a trick and not really offering treats to kids. 12-year-old Lawrence Bellows snapped this photo on his cell phone of the van outside his home in California. He says he thought the white van with blacked out windows and no license plate could be trouble. His mom, Dominique, first noticed it at Walmart yesterday, then came home to find it parked on her street.
It just felt like they were trying to attract kids, and it just gave me a creepy feeling.
It looked too fake to be true, but I didn't want to get a closer look for sure.
Turns out the van belongs to a family friend of a neighbor living nearby. He was on his way to the annual Burning Man Festival in Nevada, an event that celebrates art and self-expression.
I guess one man's art As another person's horrifying discovery, we're told the van has already left the area, much to the relief of many parents.
Yeah, you can understand why they'd be
That's
a little
scary.
freaked out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, someone who allegedly left their pet in or near a river could be facing some serious charges.
Kayakers stumbled across this alligator snapping turtle. Authorities think somebody had the animal as a pet. The huge turtle was found in the headwaters of a river in New York, not native to the area, and can snap off fingers and toes with its powerful jaw.
This is not the kind of pet that you want to have. They're dangerous, they're unpredictable. Too many people have been hurt.
The alligator turtle will have a new home at an ecology center where I think everyone believes it's safe for everyone. Meanwhile, the authorities say the person who dumped the turtle could face a $1,000 fine and even a year in jail.
Oh, kind of scary looking, that
I want
turtle.
nothing to do with that.
No kidding. Well, 11 News continues right after the break. It's 5:57. Stay with us.